Problems with NYCHA housing take a special toll on the elderly and disabled. Meltzer Tower is a development for senior citizens. Anthony and Maria Laparca moved into the tower last year.
And the two elevators always get stuck.
Yeah, you ask the people about the elevators.
The hell with the view. I want to get downstairs.
But
That's why they could get me out.
And thank God, when I have to call the ambulance, the elevator is working. Since Anthony's here, he went to the hospital 6 times.
Elevator outages are one of the biggest problems we have, you know, you have these buildings that are, in many cases, they're very tall buildings, and the absence or presence of an elevator is the difference between being able to get out in an emergency, or even for older tenants or people who have you know, limited mobility. It might be the difference between being, you know, literally shut in your apartment for the duration of the outage or not. So it's a huge issue, and it's not something. You know, we've seen recent improvements. You know, partly because we've managed to get some substantial new capital infused into NYCHA to help address some of the elevator situations, but it's you know, it's something that has not been adequate.
Sarah Augustine took NYCHA to court over the water and heat issues at Meltzer, a tactic used by tenants as a last-ditch effort to get repairs in their homes.
It's safer here, but with the stress I got over here, with no heat at night, I'm sick all the time. It's freezing cold. They won't give heat unless it's 20 or below. I think on the first one, it was just like a page. He didn't write petition. I did it with goals, good old Lower East Side. He didn't write, it's just tenants concerned about, I think it was about 100. Then 2 months later, we went back, and it was kind of late at night. So a lot of them, they're elderly, they were sleeping. So we only got 30 more signatures on an actual petition attesting to the fact that there's no heat at night here. Only if it's under 20 degrees. You could die with that. You know, it's 23, no heat. Hot water's coming in there. Happens without warning. I go to wash my hands. Hot water's coming out of the cold water faucet. No warning whatsoever.
We had situations where basic services like gas were out for very long periods, and in some cases that's a failure of the housing management and the buildings department and other agencies to coordinate and understand that this is an urgent situation, that there's actual basic services not being provided, in some cases for weeks or months at a time. And you know, again, when we get on the scene, typically we can get the parties together and resolve it. But you know, with thousands and thousands of tenants, we know people are, you know, living quietly in some cases with conditions that really are not acceptable.